It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah.
Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves.
We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of the arguing and lying. So goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is June the 24th, 2024, and today the topic is Peacemaker or Doormat. Happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Highlights from the weekend. Well, y'all know that NJ had his soccer Saturday, and I actually watched the whole thing because I recorded the juice ahead of time. So that was nice. By the time we came on back home, actually we had planned to do a movie night, so we had kind of stopped by the store on the way back to grab a few movie night items. And then when we got back, Zori went home, so we said goodbye to our dog sitting days. And after that, me and my little family had a movie night where we pretty much watched almost all of the Transformers movies. And yeah, that was a really, really nice Saturday, I think, for us all and everything like that. So yeah, that was Saturday in a nutshell. Yesterday was Sunday, y'all know. It was Baptism Sunday as well as a Family Connect Sunday. So I ended up having to stay in the room for all three gatherings because my co-worker, Mr. Emmanuel, he was out there running the Family Connect event. And so, yeah, I mean, all of that went well, according to my point of view. I mean, I feel good about it. And yeah, I was hosting all of the gatherings for the kids, and I actually got some good news. Like, there was one gentleman that, one of the ladies that I know at the church, her husband is a caterer, which is very interesting that we've made this connection, especially now that my caterer and my main guy, Bros Bites. I don't know if I told y'all, but he told me last week that he was supposed to be moving sometime soon, and I was like, Lord, how we gonna eat? I mean, I know I haven't been doing my dinner shows in a while, but still, man, I do miss doing them, which was interesting because, again, like I was telling you guys, my one of the ladies at the church, her husband is a caterer, and he was doing immersive events at one point. And, we kind of connected in the past about it because I was like, well, maybe, we can do some stuff together. Well, he mentioned yesterday that he had some ideas, and it was definitely getting my wheels turning and getting me excited. So, who knows? This might happen in the next few months, but that's at least what his idea was, or what he was pitching to me. And I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. I was coming up with ideas and sharing with him, like, different things that maybe I could do and stuff like that. So, we're going to see. We're going to see what the Lord do. But, yeah, so that was exciting yesterday. I came on back home, and hubby ended up staying home yesterday. So I came back home, and he had some cooking when I got back. I was like, oh, what is this? What's going on? I smell greatness in the air. And it was some type of beef stew situation. It kind of reminded me of zuppa toscana, which is very interesting. I know I haven't told y'all my birthday plan yet. I don't know if I'm ready to reveal it. I don't know. But then again, you know what? My juicers, people that actually watch this and tune in, I could tell y'all. I might tell y'all in the after show about my birthday plan. But yeah, it reminded me of zuppa toscana that Olive Garden has, except his was more flavorful. It had a little kick to it, and it was good. It was great. So I had some of that, and then your girl was knocked out. Yes, I was catching up on the rest. And then after that, I mean, then I was, not say up all night, but I guess when I rest in the midday, then, I'm usually up late. But, so that was the main thing from yesterday. And yeah, that's what yesterday looked like for me. So my weekend was nice, man. I hope you guys had a great weekend as well. So this conversation, Peacemaker or Doormat? I would say that overall I was pretty much inspired by the prayer meditation that I listened to this morning. Like I told you guys the other day, it still is kind of going deeper about the Beatitudes. And so obviously it was focused on blessed are the peacemakers today. Which ironically I did not write that verse down, but you guys can go look at, look up the Beatitudes in the Bible, read all those, and let it marinate on your heart, souls, and minds, right? But obviously, I decided to go deeper with this idea of being a peacemaker today, because, the phrase peacemaker or doormat came into my heart and mind, and so I went deeper about it, man. I ended up having a good old chat with chatholybible.com, that app, and it was good, but I didn't feel led to share the details of what I searched. So I guess it's for you guys to do your own homework in reference to that. I mean, I do have some verses and things, but the actual conversation, because it kind of was breaking down, like I was like, hey, so, what do you think being a doormat is? And, what does the Bible have to say about this and that? And, and how can we not be a doormat, right? How can we be a peacemaker but not a doormat? Because for some reason, now y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but from my little humble opinion and observation, it seems as if, even myself, that we have this misinterpretation of not only just Bible, but like Jesus, and as well as what we're called to do, right? Sure, it tells us to turn the other cheek and things of that nature, but it doesn't tell us to, again, be a doormat or a pushover or things of that nature. Now, who knows? From other people's perspective, that may be what we look like as we turn the other cheek, right? And as we, allow God to take care of our vengeance and, all the things that the Bible tells us to do. Maybe that looks weak in the eyes of man. But we know that, one, we shouldn't be worried about that, right? We should be focused on more so what the Lord thinks about us versus other people. But yeah, I guess I'm here today to remind us all that, our meekness is not our weakness, right? Obviously Christ, forgave sins and did all these things, but he also flipped tables. And I know everybody likes to bring up that part, and things of that nature. But yeah, for some reason, it seems like people forget that he's also the judge and not only just, again, the sacrifice and lamb and things of that nature. So, as I was reflecting on this, I was like, chatholybible.com, give me some verses centered around this. And it gave me some stuff, but it wasn't really necessarily resonating. And then I was reminded of what we are teaching the kids in the kids ministry this week. And it is talking all about Samuel and Eli and his sons and all these different things. And so in my heart and mind this morning, as I was reflecting on all of this, I felt, I guess, led to share this thing about Eli and how he represents a quote-unquote pushover, doormat type of person in the situation when he should have been more of a, I guess, peacemaker and leader and things of that nature. And so I went deeper about all this, and I think I got a little something to share. So let's get into it. Okay, so I want to share with you guys 1 Samuel 2:12. It says, "Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord." So let me stop right there, okay? If we know who Eli is, right? He is one of those high priests, right? If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, so let me not say that. Yeah, no. Okay, I was about to get him confused with somebody else, I think. But anyway, ultimately he was a priest, right? And so why is it that his sons were sons of Baal? See, I don't even know how to really say it. Look, I'm a son of God in Jesus' name, right? And obviously Belial represents Satan. So y'all go deeper about that. But anyway, but how is it that this priest, right, his son didn't know the Lord, but then his sons is in these leadership positions? So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, as I was, I ended up listening to First Samuel 2. I listened to the whole thing. But if you guys want to go deeper, you guys will see that First Samuel 2, 12 through 36 is in the go deeper section for you guys to, again, peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But if I just paraphrase a little bit what's going on, is that ultimately, Eli's sons, they weren't doing the right thing. They were in these positions, but they were pretty much taking advantage of being in the positions. Not only, I guess, taking the sacrifices and all these different type of things, but then I think they were like sleeping with women and all this different type of stuff, right? Not handling, obviously, the position rightly. Now, I noticed that Eli addressed his sons, like they were saying that he found out about it, whatever the case may be, and he told them, or he had things to say to them. And I was like, well, Lord, why wasn't that enough? You know what I'm saying? He did address it, But the chatholybible.com situation, it kind of reminded me, as I was going deeper and asking those questions, that ultimately, again, Eli dropped the ball, right? How are you a high priest, but your sons don't know, right from wrong, right? So ultimately, as the father, right, of that situation, as the patriarch, he had a responsibility to teach the sons the way of God, right? And not only that, but encourage them to walk in the way, training them, things of that nature. And so obviously he hadn't done that. So ultimately the results of that was all the quote unquote fruit that you all see in 1 Samuel 2, 12 through 36. And so in this, instead of being a quote unquote peacemaker, Eli was a doormat. And so let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. And everything like that. I want to just kind of set that up, and that really just stood out to be, I guess, that's the best example to share about what we shouldn't do, right? And so even if, as I went deeper about being a doormat and all the examples that the quote unquote chatholybible.com, I know I'm not even sponsored by them anymore, but anyway, I'm just sharing y'all with you guys my resources. But anyway, as it broke down the description of what a doormat meant to it. I felt like it was describing me. There was a lot of things that represented, I guess, who I have been over the years. Maybe with these conversations I've been having to you all about, or with you all about, how I've been, either trying to help people and all these different type of things. And yes, God may be calling me to do just that, right? But he's not calling me to, again, take on people's burdens, fully, and just all the different things that, I guess, being a doormat, saying yes when I should be saying no, and all these different things. So it's just very interesting because I see now, like, even as I guess, walk in the authority that God has given me, to use discernment and to, address situations and even call things out or whatever the case may be. Obviously some of these people that may be used to quote unquote doormat miracle, don't like it. Obviously, and that's okay. At the end of the day, again, I may not be everybody's cup of tea, as they say, nor should I be. But it's not about me, y'all. It's not about me. I'm just trying to share the examples of what this looked like in real time, right? And so as I was reflecting on those things, again, we are, yes, called to be peacemakers. We are called to turn the other cheek. We are called to allow God to take care of the vengeance and all these different things. But we're not called to allow evil to just go, and not say nothing about it, right? We're not called to, again, not lead and guide those that we are in our circle of influence on the right things to do and the way to go. And if we drop the ball in those situations, we'll be just like Eli and anybody else, right? You'll see all around you the results of what happens when we do that. So, people should expect, versus thinking like, oh, Christians, you're supposed to just love and you're supposed to just, not call out my sin and judge ye lest you be judged. And, people say all of that for some reason. And that's what, and then they get confused why Christians are calling people out, or Christians are like holding people accountable, right? Or things of that nature. And it's like, you shouldn't be that confused about that. Like, at the end of the day, that's what Christ did, like truth and love. Like, I don't have to sit here and tear you down with the truth, right? But I can sit here and try to, hey, brother, sister, let me share with you the truth. You know what I mean? X, Y, and Z. now either way, people ain't gonna receive it sometimes, but I think there's a healthy balance between, again, not being a doormat, but also being a peacemaker. So let's get into some verses, y'all, because y'all be like, Miracle's talking. Miracle just over here talking about something. And she don't know what she talking about. So let me tell you guys the Bible. That's what the Bible say. 2 Timothy 2:24 and 25 says, "And the Lord's servants must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone, able to teach, patiently enduring evil, correcting his opponents with gentleness. God may perhaps grant them repentance, leading to a knowledge of the truth." So again, like there's a lot that hangs in the balance of our obedience as believers, right? And so what it's saying to me here is that as I lead people towards the truth, this could be literally saving their lives, right? Leading them towards knowledge and things of that nature, because God may grant them repentance. Those that are, I guess, in my circle of influence, as I encourage and inspire us all, right, to, again, focus on the truth and do things God's way. Now, should I be quarrelsome with you? Like, should I be, engaging in these, like, not to say senseless debates, because a good, healthy debate ain't nothing wrong with that every now and then. But I ain't got to get in no argument about Bible. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sit here and force the Bible down anybody's throat. At the end of the day, God don't even do that, right? He gives us all free will and a choice. So, the way I see it is, as long as, hey, let me share, you share. If everybody else can choose, again, ye this day who you gonna serve. I don't have. It's not my responsibility. You know what? Somebody said, God said, go fish and not fry the fish. Yeah, it's not my responsibility to, again, condemn anybody and things of that nature. Now, I can sit here and try to warn people of being condemned and things like that, but it's ultimately up to the Lord, like what he's going to do with each and every person. And so, I'm just seeing in that verse, like, what we should be doing, right? I think what stood out to me the most in that verse is that part that says correcting his opponents with just gentleness. I mean, one, this verse is established that you're going to have opponents and you need to correct them, but do so gently, So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, even in that just one verse, but obviously you guys can go look in the Bible yourself and read the multiple verses that address different people addressing things. Again, a lot of times, I know Pastor or Brother Marcus say this all the time, but you see this in the Bible that basically the people didn't necessarily like the prophets. I know these days people love prophets, right? They want to get a prophecy and they want to go to these meetings and all this type of stuff because they want somebody to speak over their life and I guess pretty much be fortune tellers or something like that, because they want to hear good things about them, their life, and how they're going to be prosperous and all this different type of stuff. But nobody don't want to hear the rebuke part. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear the stuff. Hey, you might need to change this, change that, get right about this, and get right about that, which is pretty much what prophets was doing throughout the Bible. Like, there's plenty of them went to the king to them faces and say, hey, you're not walking in according with the will of God. Hey, we can sit here and go all day long with different examples of what prophets calling other people out and saying what thus say the Lord for real, and not like, just saying what people want to hear. So again, just putting it out there that, well, one, if you're not a believer and you're confused, why are people out on the streets? Why are people sharing with me about sin? Why are people calling X, Y, and Z out? Those that are truly reading the Bible, they're doing according to the will of God, right? They are saying, they're going out here and they're doing their best to make disciples, things of that nature. If you are a believer and you're struggling with this, because, hey, don't get me wrong, because I told you guys, even last week, man, that leader I spoke with, now, I believe I mentioned some truth and love, but then there was one particular subject that the gentleman brought up, and I didn't address it, and I don't know if I was supposed to. I didn't address it directly with him. I've addressed it directly over the years, and on the juice and stuff like that, but when I was in the middle of the conversation with the gentleman, I didn't address it in that particular moment, so I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to, but the thing is, like, every now and then, again, God is calling us to stand for something, right? We can't be out here just, again, allowing things to go forward. There's one verse that I came across this morning that I did not write down, but it talked about, obviously, being there for, speaking for people that, can't speak for themselves and things of that nature. So again, there's ways to find a balance with this, and I think we all should be seeking the Lord about that, right? Not being doormats, right? But being peacemakers, and everything like that. Let me give you guys another verse. This verse I felt led to share with you guys is Second Corinthians 13:4. It says, "For he was crucified in weakness, but lives by the power. For we also are weak in him, but in destiny with you, we will live with him by the power of God." So if, friends, we got the power of the Lord, then, we should not be walking around like we have no authority, right? Walking around like we, have to take each and every single thing that the world or the enemy does to us and things of that nature. Sure, again, yes, listen to what the Bible say, okay? Turn the other cheek, everything like that. But don't, neglect the opportunity to give the truth in love. Don't, I guess, even be like Eli, for example, and go through life and not walk in your authority and train up your children in the way they should go and all these different type of things, and then have to deal with the consequences of that later in life and things like that if they get the opportunity, right? And so, again, we all have, I guess, a responsibility over our circle of influence. And so these are just things to think about. Again, don't be a doormat. Sure, yes, be a peacemaker. But that doesn't mean being a pushover and a doormat. And y'all can go deeper about all of those things. Matter of fact, I wrote down the definitions of both of those, but you guys can look those up yourself if you so feel led to do, about what is a doormat, what is a pushover. And then, reflect on that account about Eli and his sons and, God's response to him and things of that nature. I believe that it all will be encouraging and inspiring, and that's the juice. That is the juice this morning. Now, the Bible verse of today is John 8:32. It says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.